I think I'm a little too far over. Yeah, that's too far over. Hang on. Let me get my very sophisticated way of how I move my camera. And just like, come on. I don't want to apply too much pressure. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. That should work. Yeah. Yeah, that should work. Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Ashes to Ashes. Last time around, I don't even think I came up with a name, but, there was a police officer who died perverted. It was a setup. The guy who killed him didn't mean to kill him, but then he did kill this other girl. There was a giant penis. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that yet on in a YouTube video. I might have to wait until after the minute mark. Oh well. There was a superior officer who was pretty sus, and then that was just sort of dropped from the episode. Like they went in and Alex was like, "You're pretty sus," and he was like, "Well, too bad. End of episode." And that was that. And then there was this dude that kidnapped Alex because he was like, "Oh, you're out of time. You're not from this world." And then at the end, so someone cleared this up for me, and this makes so much more sense now, that talking about the tunnel, when they mentioned the tunnel that I guess Princess Diana died in, or at least that's where the crash was, that was just to prove that this guy knows future events. Not that he's going to cause the car accident in 1983 or 82 or whatever the hell year this is. So yeah, I was a bit confused on that. But the point, I think the point was that it's basically to confirm that this guy knows about the future at least, so... Yeah, which that makes a lot more sense. Because even last episode, I was like, is that really what's happening? I don't know. So, probably not. Although that would be hilarious. Hilariously tragic and probably very in poor taste. Would be kind of funny in a dark way, though. Anyway, let's see what the hell else is going to happen on this episode. I don't know. These episodes are so convoluted that I have no idea what's going to happen next. So let's find out. Here we go. Whoop. Oh! I thought it might land upwards. Well, Jesus, that's unfortunate.
My name is Alex Drake. I've been shot and
Anyhow.
that's taken me back.
Wicklow was out of control.
Yeah?
Which is why he would have ploughed straight into that kiddie.
What kiddie?
I spoke to them personally. A witness who said there was a child standing directly in the path of the princess. If Jean hadn't shunted the vehicle, it would have hit that child.
I don't recall a kiddie.
It must have been on your blind side.
Nah.
Well done, Jean.
Good job.
It's still proof that Jeb Wicklow had drugs in his system.
Thank you very much, sir.
Well done, Les.
So, as much straight arrow as he was talking last episode...
We're really giving those RGs some shit.
Those RGs are probably not even professional soldiers, Ray. It's a conscription army.
I believe those are the Falkland Wars? And I think they're still not happy about it.
Yeah, how much did that set you back? 500.
Whoa!
Monkey! Why shouldn't I arrest you for obstructing my investigation? Can we shake? Please. No hard feelings. All square. I get enough grief as it is.
You care about them, do you?
After I got divorced...
Why does this guy look so familiar?
What's with the old...
Lucky, innit? Can't hurt.
Look at her. Doesn't look very lucky, does she?
Not wearing the heather, though, is she?
Nah.
Okay.
They're the ones that said it was lucky.
Here's the toxic report on the little blue pills found in Jed's boot.
Amphetamines.
Speed, yeah.
Well, that's a fair bet then that he was dealing. These are Class A drugs, and somebody here must know something about them. Good.
Yeah, exactly the information we had earlier. Whatever.
Time is short. The lifeline is... How is the lifeline fading?
Don't tell me you
She's
back
dying.
Crap, Inspector.
No, she just realized that Alex is dying.
The hanged man tells me that you have power. Power that you will soon be forced to give up.
It'll be a cold day in hell when that happens, Grandma. Coat.
Give up your power to a Tyler.
What?
Tyler?
A Tyler.
Tyler.
Tyler?
Ray, word.
Like
I need
Sam Tyler?
Talking to them. I've told you before, Mr. Hunt, I'm a decent chap, a square sort of bloke. Are you a square sort of bloke?
Hello.
You must be, surely.
Oh, he's square and on the level.
Excuse me, sir.
Sure.
Am I... Oh, is he pissed about bringing them in? Look, we're trying to do something here, man. Alright.
Glad you could make it, Gene.
Oh my
Be
god.
not meet in a public house and be quite happy.
And I'm going to see your chair vacant. I'm going to see you end up like Karen. You know what you have to do?
What?
Join the club.
Show me you're with us. The more they try to break us, the stronger we become.
Super glue.
Good talk. Duh. He had a lighter tucked away. He had a lighter tucked away in his towel. I feel like that has to take some skill. Okay, I don't know what the fuck is happening, by the way.
Where I'm from, where I belong.
Signorina Drake, you drink so much.
Yeah.
I can't see her face anymore.
Oh.
I can't see her.
She's been in here so long she can't remember Molly's face.
I mustn't forget.
An elephant never forgets, but I forget what the elephant is supposed to remember.
What are you doing?
Wait, is this happening or is this a dream? Okay, dream. I have hallucinations like that when I try to sleep.
Mom.
I think maybe we should keep this between us. You know, we're both grown-ups after all.
Well, Cole?
Alright. If there's one consistent thing in all of this, it's Chris.
He helps us here.
Yeah, I know.
I need him for the baby's sake, if nothing else. God, you've got kids, you know what I mean.
I have a daughter, Millie. Molly.
Well, make up your mind.
It's
No.
Molly.
I love it here.
Well, that's not
Let's go
good.
now, just don't spoil it. Leave us alone.
No.
You leave Battleford out of this.
It's too late. He's already on his way in.
You know you're wasting your time, Drake.
And you're letting me down, Gov.
What is the problem with Battleford?
You all right, love?
I'm not sure they've made that clear.
Our boys are out there fighting for all that's sovereign, and back home we've got these dirty scroungers.
Shut it, Sergeant.
Yeah, meanwhile, there's a whole conflict with Argentina happening in the background.
Corruption!
Corrupt? Sorry, D.I. Drake, have you just accused me of being corrupt?
I think you're scared. I think you're scared of change.
I have always followed my own lights to keep the streets safe, okay? You give me the tools, I will do the job. But do not watch me work because it is not for the faint-hearted.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I understand the prejudice. I don't understand. I don't know. I'll just let it resolve and see what happens. Try to figure it out from there.
Anything happens to those boots.
It's all right. Trust me.
You have got to be kidding me.
This is the keeper of the door, the Tyler.
Ray? Wait, what?
Tyler. You must now be stripped of all vestiges
so-
of power. Empty your pockets.
So, not Sam. So, okay, so Dr. Battleford must be a part of whatever the fuck is happening.
Naked, you have come without wealth and without authority. You have come because you are ready to be born into a fraternity. You have come because you wish to understand the craft.
Yeah, okay, so he's a
all
part
its
of this.
rules. Gene Hunt, swear that you will always hail, ever conceal, and never reveal the secrets, arts, and mysteries which you will receive.
I do.
You know, this place really sucks.
Never to speak evil of a brother Mason.
Okay,
To apprise him
it's
of any
the
approaching
Freemasons
danger,
then.
and to aid him.
I've
if he
heard of
makes the
that,
call.
but...
Well done, mate.
Mate? When have you ever called me mate?
Different set of rules here, Gene. Good to have you.
Gene. But, yeah, like, the security here kind of sucks because she just sort of got in.
Hello again.
Oh, is it this guy?
Molly is waiting for you.
Molly, honey, it can't be.
If you trust me, Alex, we can go home together.
I don't trust you.
Yeah, why? Would I trust you?
Fine.
Bye.
I'm really pleased, Chris.
Hey.
After what I saw last night, I'm really pleased you're not one of them.
No.
I'm not one of them. I've got a girlfriend.
No.
Oh, at what point did Jed Wicklow discover you were having sex with his girlfriend?
Right.
Was it rape? I saw you.
You're not getting it, are you, Bowles? I had to join, even though it sickens me to the pit of my stomach. In the words of Marlon Brando, you keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. How am I supposed to
Interesting.
take on the super and find out how high this miserable thing goes if I've been pensioned off early and left to rot in some bungalow in Margate? I tell you this, Drake, I hate it. I hate what they're doing to this force.
Okay.
I almost told you about it on a couple of occasions, but this is risky stuff. Far better that you didn't know what I was up to. That said, I didn't take into account just what a determined pair of stockings you actually are.
No.
You can't just let Battleford go.
Well, we'll get life, I'll see to that. But we have even bigger fish to fry in this hornet's nest.
One thing at a
Only have one
time.
stab at it, or else it'll be like rats leaving a sinking ship. I need to be square with Super Duper Macintosh, okay?
And what about Kevin Hales? Did you have anything to do with stitching him up?
No. Well, I don't know where he's gone either. For now, we'll keep that to ourselves.
All right.
Things are getting a little bit tasty around here.
This means we're going against Ray, too.
Ray's taking some lads down to the camp. They're looking for trouble.
God damn it, Ray. God damn it, Ray. I thought we were getting square.
Oh, she's gone.
I'll help you find her.
Ray, what are you doing, mate?
What are you talking about? Nothing. They're jippos, not arges. Come on.
That's
Where's Drake got to? Chris, you get Balford.
a crazy statement, by the way.
Oh, she's not gonna die if she goes. Hold her hand.
Oh god, you're in on this now too.
I'll go and get the car.
Nope, you gotta stay there.
It's on the way.
Go on, cow son.
Just for this baby, yes, cow, son. Okay, right, just be brave, just for a minute more, cow.
Don't be prejudiced when she's giving birth.
Come on. Come on, Eileen. Come on, Eileen.
Who's Eileen?
I don't know.
Come on.
Eileen.
Oh, Mazel Tov.
Kathy or Billy?
Eileen.
Nuh,
He named her.
apparently. Oh,
I'll drive her. Do you want to go with us?
alright. Ray's gonna make up for it.
You okay?
Put it this way, I've never let Luigi cook me lasagna again.
Yeah. Oh! Oh my god! Damn.
Well, to be quite frank, I don't think Balfour's worth the aggro.
He's all square.
Was.
Fine, yeah, I can let him go. No problems, but, well, he had sex with a girl barely 16. How old's your daughter?
No. Jesus.
You might have got further than any other brass in this station, but don't imagine you have any say other than what I tell you.
Well, I'm sorry if I was out of line, Gov.
Alright. Keep up appearances.
What's that then, is it, Gene? I think you'll find it's gov in here, Sergeant.
Nuh. Yeah.
Yes, gov.
That's right. Fuck you, Ray. God damn it, we were doing so well with him.
There's one Jeppo I'm not moving on, Ray.
Oh my god. He's gonna do it right here, right now.
Get up.
Just get up.
Shazza, make me the proudest man alive.
Yeah?
Oh!
Right.
Oh my god. Good job, Chris.
Brill. She said Brill.
She said Brill. Yay! I'm so happy for him. For both of them. Fuck you, Ray. Get fucked.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
What if you're real?
What if you were quiet?
What interesting concepts.
Going to Luigi's, Mum?
Someone should tell the Gov his computer is completely useless. These things are never going to replace a good old-fashioned typewriter.
What's it saying?
ETA? Something? No, I thought I knew what that meant. It's gone. Forgotten.
Wait. Does she, like, not remember what that actually means? Oh, shit. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. I can see where... Okay, it makes sense at least now. Before we move on, I'm going to look up the guy that played, who played Dr. Battleford. That's why he looks so familiar. Okay, he was on the Sarah Jane Adventures as Alan Jackson, Maria's dad. That's why he looks so friggin' familiar. God damn it. All right. Well, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. Man. I mean, I don't think I've seen him since the Sarah Jane Adventures, so I like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, looks like it. And then, okay. They credited in the main sort of cast, again, Martin Summers. Like, I'm starting to lose, like, who this character is, you know? Because I don't even remember the morgue guy being there, so I don't even know. Anyway. Okay, so that was confusing, but at the very least, Jesus Christ, I understand it now. Just took me a while, but we got there. But wow, okay, this may be like the reaction itself may be a little bit shorter than normal because there were so many times where I just didn't know what was going on. And then finally, like, I mean, so basically I was being quiet because I was like, I don't have anything to say other than I don't know what's happening. And then finally, thank God they tell me, you know? Thank God they tell me. So, and I don't... See, it's one of those things where it's like, well, am I just an idiot or something? It's like, how on earth was I supposed to get that? So it's the Freemasons, which admittedly I don't really know anything about the Freemasons, so I can't really... I mean, I don't know how much I can comment about that, but yeah, like, boy, oh boy, I was lost for a lot of this. Mainly because, like, I just didn't understand. I didn't understand what the big deal was about Dr. Battleford, you know? But I get it now. It's because he was a fellow Mason, so Jean couldn't go against him. That was it. Alright. Okay. So interesting stuff. I kind of thought this episode would be more about the blame of the guy's death, because it does seem like, oh, you know, it's Jean, and therefore it's, you know, like that's what the episode's going to be about, is the Jean getting the blame and how that works in today's world and stuff like that, or today's 1982 world. But then it just kind of doesn't. Hang on, the dog got up, so I'm going to go see. He probably wants out, so. Okay, so this is sort of a weird thing, because, you know, last episode they introduce, you know, when they introduce Macintosh, you know, he seems like a sort of sympathetic superior, whereas, like, well, you know, yeah, well, yes, you know, him and his freaking voice was like, well, the days of the past are gone, but, you know, I don't want to hang any coppers out to dry and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, so he seems like he understands that, you know, police officers like Jean and Ray and Chris, even to an extent, you know, they have some of their old ways, but those ways don't fly in. Does he want back in? God damn it. It's cold as shit out there, so that's probably why. Anyway, so he seems like he's going to be this sort of sympathetic superior. It's like he understands that some of these cops here are stuck in the old ways, and he's like, well, I'm not going to, you know, crucify you or anything, but we need to adapt, you know? But he's sympathetic to these old coppers trying to adapt. But then they do that shit anyway, like, they do this shit anyway where it's like, well, we're gonna lie to the press and say that Ray saved a kid who was about to get run over. And it's like, well, okay, so I guess that concept is out the window, whatever. And I guess it's sort of a, like, oh, well, you know, it's because he's sympathetic towards them that, you know, he doesn't want to lose Gene Hunt. But then it's not even that. It's just this Mason shit. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, it's not about that. It's about this whole Mason thing. This, basically helping at that point, future fellow member. So there's that. Yeah, so there's that. And then, yeah, just sort of the whole blame thing gets dropped. Or at least the blame thing in terms of Gene gets dropped. And then they have the whole thing of, you know, is it that... Because, I mean, Alex isn't even investigating whether or not it was Gene, really. Like, that's not really her thought, is, well, he must have been under the influence or something like that, and eventually that leads her to Dr. Battleford, which then becomes the conflict. But I just... Or did they know it was Dr. Battleford? Did they know it was Dr. Battleford, and then he just couldn't, like... I don't know. I don't understand. It's a weird plotline to bring in that the Masons are corrupting the police station, and Gene is getting into the Masons, I guess, to the Fellowship, so he can bring down Supermac. I guess that's the story, but it's so weird. Like, wow, most of these notes are about that, so I don't I don't know how long this discussion's really going to be. I mean, so, okay. So that's the thing, like, this whole episode is basically waiting, is basically waiting for it to be like, okay, this is why he won't let Alex in and stuff like that. But before that, it's like, no, I'm just going to let him go because Mac told me for some reason, and that's just it. And you're just sitting there like, okay, so what's the whole deal? Like, what is his connection to Dr. Battleford? Should there be a connection? Like, I don't understand why. Like last episode, I kind of get it. So, okay, so last episode, the whole thing with Kevin Hales, then he's another member, basically. He's another member of it. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just such a strange thing. It's such a strange thing, and it's like... And none of this has anything to do with the affair Mac was having with the officer's wife. Like, that's just a complete aside. Well, maybe if he was a Mason, that wouldn't have happened. I don't fucking know. What a weird idea to throw in here. It's like, and now here's the Masons who are corrupting the police officers. Like, what the fuck is that? And this, by the way, has jack all to do with the guy last episode who was, who kidnapped and, drugged and kidnapped Alex and shows up in this episode and is like, oh, yes, I'm from the future too, and I know about you and Molly. And it's like, wow, okay. Like, that's, like, at least I kind of get that. It's like, okay, here's this mysterious dude. We'll find out about it later. Which, I mean... maybe to this episode's credit, like, they at least revealed what was going on with Mac. Like, we understand Mac now, I feel like, to an extent. Like, oh, he's doing all this shady crap because he's a part of the Masons. I guess? What the hell did okay, because here's me being completely, uneducated on what the hell the Masons are. Clearly it's some strange brotherhood or something. But, like, what is the point of it? Like they even say, like, oh, it's a fraternity. And it's like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure this is a bit different from a college fraternity. But even then, I mean, I guess I don't have any sort of basis of knowledge because I was not in a fraternity in college. I kept to my damn self. And I enjoyed that. You know what I did in college? I did this. I did YouTube videos. And seeing some of the other, fraternity bros that attended my college, I was completely fine not associating with those people. So I'm just sitting here like, okay, well, why is Ray a part of this? Why is Battleford a part of this? Why is Kevin and Mac, like, what are they... I don't know, and how are they corrupting? Is it that there's so many officers that are a part of the Masons that's why they're, like, corrupting the... does this have anything to do with Ray's prejudice against gypsies? But, I mean, they all kind of did. That was also a strange moment when Jean, like, grabs Ray and is like, they're gypsies, they're not RGs, and it's like... Okay, I didn't realize prejudice had different levels, but okay. Yeah, meanwhile, the Falkland War is happening in the background. Like, cool? I feel like there's 10 different things happening, none of which I understand. Like, do I need, like, a different... I need, like, someone to recap, like, just what's happening? I don't get it. Y'all said that season 2 got better. I don't know. Like, I mean, in season 1, it was just sort of cryptic with the clown and everything. Even then, now that I think about it, it was a bit more simple, though. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just need to watch another episode or so like, we're obviously this is going to be sort of the plot for this season, is everything, I think, everything with Mac, you know? Just from how it's introduced last episode and how it's continuing into this one, it must be something that's going to continue throughout the season. So I need to keep, you know, once at the end of the season, I'll be able to look back on this story and truly judge it. But for right now, I don't get it. I don't know what's happening. Like, the Masons are corrupting the police for some reason. And Jean is trying to stop it. I guess that's it. Is that they are, despite the fact that Max said that it's like, oh, well, we all need to be, you know, straight edge and stuff like that. It's like, but he's corrupting the police, and then Jean's gonna try to stop it. I guess. And I guess it sort of leads into, like, you know, oh, we all have to, you know, we have to be decent, good cops now. But last episode, the cover was, while he just, you know, I guess the cover was, well, he choked, basically. You know, he just choked and died, rather than Kevin Hales set him up and he died. I guess? And in this episode, it's, well, you know, he was just... He was run off the road, but it was to save a little girl instead of Dr. Battleford overdosed him. I guess that's it. I don't know. Other stuff in this episode. I like the one lady who was doing the tarot reading. I thought that was interesting. I mean, this whole episode has the thing of, like, oh, Alex is starting to forget things. She's starting to become a part of this world, basically. And, you know, even at the end, it seems like, oh, she doesn't understand the messages anymore, which is interesting. So that's pretty interesting. And it seems that 2 minutes passed, but they are slowly losing her. So I'm curious, maybe in the next couple episodes, maybe we'll get another moment where she starts to come back a little bit. I don't know, but she's definitely forgetting something. But yeah, the whole tarot reading and stuff, and, you know, showing like, oh, wait, the lifeline, how can you be fading? Like, she's confused, like, wait, you're dying. How are you dying? You're right here, you know? So that was kind of interesting. And then she did the one for Jean. That was a complete tease of, like, oh, your power will be taken away by a Tyler, and we're all sitting here like, oh my god, are they gonna bring back Sam Tyler? That'd be crazy. And it's like, and especially, like, I was kind of thinking, like, well, that's kind of a, like, if you were gonna do that, I think you would do that in a season finale. But it's like, and then it's like, oh no, the guy that opens the door, he's called a Tyler. Like, oh, and it's Ray, and Ray's a part of this fucking club. It's really weird to hear Ray say Jean, you know? It's like, oh, it's a different place here, Jean. And I like at the end that he's like, I believe you'll find it's Gov here, Sergeant. Like, yeah, no. Like, yes, they have to be equals in the Masons, but out here, no. None of that shit. I liked how Alex and Jean helped the birth of Eileen. That was funny too. That he's, oh, come on, Eileen, and that's just, you know, he was referencing the song because he's panicking, and she's just like, I'm going with Eileen now, and it's like, okay, cool. That was kind of interesting. And then yeah, so Jean, while yes he did go against, I guess, the Masons in getting Dr. Battleford, he can pass it off as, well, you know, Drake, she kept pressing about it, and, well, he confessed. It's out of my hands. He confessed, you know? So that was pretty interesting. And I do like the idea of this thing that's going on, this group, basically, even though it's weird that it's the Masons. I like that Jean is going on the inside to try to take them down. That's a really good idea. And, you know, keeping that a secret from Alex, I do understand, you know? So that all is an interesting idea. It's just the execution in this episode is just so strange, you know? Like, you know what it is? I kind of mention, I mentioned how long these episodes are. That they're always basically like 10 minutes longer than episodes of Life on Mars. And I say, well, you could probably edit that down a bit. Honestly, the first place this needs to be edited down is the script. These scripts need to be a little bit tighter. They're not quite there. Whereas in Life on Mars, I felt the scripts were a lot tighter. And I never sat here, at least I don't think, at least not to this degree, just sitting here absolutely lost. Because until they revealed the whole thing of like, the Mac and the Freemasons, they're trying to, corrupt this police institution. I'm going in so I can figure them out and I can stop them. And it's like, until that moment, and that's when is that? That's about the 45-minute mark. 46, 47-minute mark. Around there, until that point, I was absolutely lost on whatever was happening in this episode. And that's not a good thing. And, I guess you could blame that on me, my comprehension of this episode. But no, I think that's to do with the script. If they did tighten these scripts, tighten this up, tighten up your writing, and that would shave 10 minutes, not just for the attention span of the audience, but just so, like, these don't need to be 60 minutes long if you don't have 60 minutes of material. You may have 50 minutes of material, but you gotta tighten this, You have to tighten this into a solid episode. And to me, again, until the 45, 46 minute mark, lost. I am completely lost on this episode. So, it has interesting ideas, but the execution in this episode was really wonky. And it's so strange, too. Because it's the same people that made Life on Mars, too. But it almost feels like they're getting a little too ambitious, too. Like, I almost feel like they're trying a bit too much. Whereas Life on Mars kept things relatively more simple, So, and it's such a strange thing that, like, Life on Mars, the original, them, you would think that would be, well, they're trying to get their footing and everything, but it did work a little bit better. It was a bit tighter, Whereas this is really trying to do, like, maybe 2 or 3 too many things, So, I don't know. But it is an interesting idea, having Jean get on the inside of this group that's basically corrupting police work. And I like how he says, I like when he talks about, you give me the tool and I will do the job, but don't watch me do what I do. It's not for the faint-hearted. That's exactly true, That is exactly true, is that his methods, we've always said this, Gene Hunt's methods aren't, the most, they're not the greatest methods, but he does get the job done, And that was the interesting thing, especially in Life on Mars, where it's like, it's the difference of methods between Sam and Gene, but in the end, Gene Hunt is not a bad cop, He just does things in a very different way from your more sort of, I don't want to say standard cop, but your more, maybe, your more ideal cop, I suppose, with Sam Tyler, So I do kind of like that, But, and it's an interesting concept, again, just going in and trying to root out, this group, basically. But, boy, the execution up to that point is strange. Like, just the writing is wonky and all over the place, where I'm just sitting here, they're sitting there talking about, like, oh, this club and the super glue, and I was like, okay, is this, like, some sort of, like, the higher-ups in the police? Because, I mean, okay, Superintendent Mac, is it just the higher-ups? Like, Gene is maybe not looking for a promotion from DCI, but maybe it's, he's trying to get in on, the higher-ups in the police force. But no, it's the Masons. Like, how on earth was I supposed to know that? Like, I don't know. So it's not a bad episode. It's a very wonky episode, and definitely like it basically is like, I almost feel like you needed, and I don't know like what the production was, like how long they had before they filmed episodes. Like I don't know how long it was after a script is completed to when the episodes are filmed and you shot, filmed, edited, all that stuff. But it almost feels like you needed to take this script and then you practically needed to rewrite it. Not like, oh, rewrite this is all schlock or something, but you need to take this and be like, okay, we have a lot of interesting ideas here, but some of this is confusing. Let me do it just a fresh rewrite of this scene. Like, okay, here's the original scene. Okay, now let me try to rewrite this in a slightly different way, but try, to make it a bit more fresh, tighten it up a bit. Like, I feel like that's something that's missing, is, I guess, honestly, just another draft of the script. And I don't know the production, if they were allowed another draft or something, but honestly, if any episode of this entire franchise basically needed another draft or two, it's probably this episode, because this was confusing as all get out. So, yeah. Again, not a bad episode, but not a great execution. Again, I was lost for a majority of it, but interesting ideas, interesting concepts, interesting things that can go into next episode, and hopefully next episode, now that these ideas are introduced, now we can get into just exploring these ideas a bit more, instead of this whole mystery box of what's going on. I mean, there is a mystery box of what's going on still, but let's explore the mystery box and not just sit here looking at a box not knowing what the hell it is, if that makes any sense. So that's basically it, though. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Ashes to Ashes reactions, as well as another playlist for all of my Life on Mars reactions. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.